Hi guys, it's Mrs. Everly. For today's lesson, we're going to be talking about complicated characters. And you guys, as I've said before, pause the video. Look at this, read over it, look at my example. These are all great tools to have. And you guys use this for your daily jots, whether you're choosing to jot about our read aloud or you guys are choosing to jot about the book that you're reading. So when you talk about characters being complicated, it means that they are complex, okay? They're not just one thing, they're not just one type of person, okay? So characters are complex, just like people. Okay, so who you are as as student at school, when we are in school, as to who you are as an athlete, as to who you are as a son or daughter, you're all complex, you're different. You know, at school, you might be quiet. Okay, and when you get home, you're really loud. You love to talk. Okay, you're complex. An example with me of how I'm complex is that, as a teacher, you guys, I love to talk. I'm very outgoing. I share a lot of things with you guys. But when I'm in a group of in front of people that I have to present or do a presentation, and I'm in front of other adults, or I'm in a large group that I have to speak, it makes me so nervous, and I don't like to speak in large groups. If I go to a place that I don't know a lot of people, I keep to myself. I don't do a lot of talking because I don't like large groups, especially if it's people that I don't know. So again, you guys, I am complicated. I'm complex. So it says people have many layers that make up their overall identity of who they are as a person. So with me, again, you guys, as I'm using an example, is I'm a mom, okay? And I'm a teacher, and I am a daughter, I am a wife, I am a dog owner. I mean, there's so many things that I am, and those are all layers to me. That makes up who I am as a person. And because of that, I am who I am. I grew up with a single mom. She worked really hard. So because of that, I had to grow up kind of being very independent. So that is a huge trait that I have now, and I think that it is such a great skill to have, to be independent, because that's how you can watch other people and that's how you can learn. And I feel like that's how I've learned so much as a teacher, and how I've learned, as a mom, is just observing other people and then trying it out on my own. And then ask yourself, what different emotions do you have in a situation? So, I kind of look at it as this. Because of the pandemic, because of the COVID-19, we're in the situation where we have to do virtual learning. So you can ask yourself, there's two ways to respond to the situation. Some kids were super excited. They're like, yeah, I hated school. I hate going to Royal Oaks, the actual building. And then you have other kids who are they were really sad. When they go to school, they love seeing their friends. They love seeing their teachers. They love seeing Mr. Ackley. And that was kind of one of the things that they were really bummed about, is that they didn't get to go into Royal Oaks anymore. And they didn't get to have that normalcy. So again, you guys, one situation, but we can all feel very different about it. Again, you guys, how I feel about it is that I am so happy that I still get to teach you guys, but I would love to be in a classroom with you guys. Okay, that's my idea of learning, that in teaching and being together. I miss that part of it, okay? But again, there's probably teachers out there that are like, yeah, virtual learning is fantastic. And that thing does exist even before this pandemic. And that's how they decided to be a teacher, was to do it online. And that's totally fine. Again, same situation, different emotions about it. And then ask yourself, what thoughts or choices do you have or can you make in different situations? So again, you guys, based on the same situation, we can all be a part of it. You might have one feeling towards it. You might have a different reaction to it. So I gave an example. So I'm looking at Charlie, and you guys, I drew a visual. You guys know that I'm visuals. You guys know I like my T-charts, my Venn diagrams. And so I just created a rectangle, and there's 4 boxes. And in here, I just wrote down, I'm focusing on Charlie. And then I have the beginning of what she's like and how she's complicated. And then I'm looking at one part of the middle, a second part of the middle, and then I'm looking at the ending. And you guys, we are about, I would say, close to halfway through the book, so I only filled out 2 boxes. And as I go on, I'm going to add to this later on because, again, you guys, we always want to reflect and we always want to look back at our past jots. But I just wrote in the beginning, she's angry and she only sees the negative. You guys, she has a temper. She blames her dad for giving her temper. That's how she reacts to every single situation. She doesn't think, she gets angry and then she punches people, she kicks people, and then she doesn't feel bad about the consequences. Okay, she just doesn't care. As we get farther into the book and she starts to form relationships with Howard and she's forming relationships with Bertha and she's starting to trust them, we're starting to see that she is changing. And so I just wrote that she's starting to open up, but she's feeling sadness. So yes, is she still angry? Of course she is. Does she still do things that she shouldn't? Yes. But we start to see that she's opening up. So she opens up to Howard and she explains her worries. She's talking about what her life was like back in Raleigh with her mom and her dad. And she cries in front of him because she feels horrible for the things that she says about Bertha and the things that she did to Bertha. And then she comes home, she comes back to Aunt Bertha and Uncle Gus's house, and again, she just cries. And you guys, she's starting to show a different side of her because she's bottled up all those feelings. So yes, is she still on alert? Yes. Is she opening up everything about her? No, but we're starting to see that she is different and that she is complicated, okay? Because she is starting to show that she has been hurt and she's releasing some of those feelings. Bye.